South African bourse, the JSE, finished on the back footing, nearly 30 basis points. The Nairobi bourse fell by 40. Egyptian market started the week on Sunday with 1.21 basis points, 121 points in the red. The Ivorian market on Friday got at 55 basis points, while the Nigerian market finished about 0.16% in the red on Friday. A bit of a profit booking, which we saw about 2 sessions in the week, offsets the gains that we saw earlier when we started the week. It's a brand new week, so we're trying to get a sense of how we're starting a new one. So that takes me effectively to the top stories making the headlines within the East African community, where UNECA, which is the United Nations Economic Commission for Africa, is looking at trade pacts. Free trade pacts will boost transport, infrastructure, or sector on the African continent by 50%. In the meantime, Kenya is flagging off its first direct export of coffee to South Korea. That is big news for East Africa's largest economy and one of the leading coffee producers. And the building of 2.6 million shillings Shimoni Fishing Port is starting in the month of March, according to Kenya's Port Authority. That just news came over the weekend. Tanzania and Kenya says their trade deal was about $905 million between January and November last year. We'll get a full year figure in due course. That will wrap up 2021, where Uganda banks are the largest holders of the shares of government local debt. It looks like the same story across a number of African countries like Nigeria, where the banks are also the largest holder of government securities. Here in West Africa, where we see Africa raising about $5.2 billion from venture capitalists in 2021, more funds are still coming from venture capitalists and PE, as Stitch this morning reported by Bloomberg is doing $21 million increase support for fintech across the African continent. In the meantime, the European Union is doing about 20 billion euros in fresh investments into critical sectors of the African continent, from Senegal to Kenya to Ghana. The whole idea is to give the Chinese a fight. Between the last 5 years, 2017 to 2020, the Chinese invested about $23 billion in African infrastructure. Now the Europeans are coming with deep pocket 20 billion euros of its own money. An acronym says it opens Africa's second cloud data center in Nigeria. A number of companies are looking to open data center in Nigeria, looking at the demography, the size of the country, and its critical fintech and technology and digital space that's emerging and leading on the African continent. And the deputy managing director of the Ghana Stock Exchange says he wants state-owned enterprises or SOEs to invest about 10 billion shillings in the Ghana's pension funds, private pension funds. And Senegalese business activity improved 4% to about 102.4 points year on year at the end of December 2021. That's despite the pandemic impact on the West African economy. Let's step into Southern Africa, where Coca-Cola is pledging that is packaging of reusable packaging will be about 25% by 2030. The whole idea is to make sure that we have a bit less of carbon footprints and disposables that are causing a problem for the oceans, rivers, and the aquatic life, as well as contributing to the CO2 emission. And production is to stop at South Africa's Sapref refinery next month. This refinery has been a subject of dispute in South Africa. We'll see what happens from the month of March. And Four Ways Shopping Mall is taking insurers to court over about 58.4 million rands business interruption claims that the company is making claim. A face-off between the insurers and this shopping mall in South Africa. And finally, from Southern Africa, Zimbabwe's Reserve Bank, or the central bank, says reserve money declined by 1.03 billion local currency, the Zimbabwean dollars, to about 26 billion as at the end of January. North Africa is where we all wrap it up, as always, because Egypt is in talks to get guarantees for possible issuance of Samuri bonds. So Egypt is looking to do a whole lot in the Sukuk place, as well as green bond floating the first. Just a few weeks ago, Egypt is using all it has in the financial space to get the financial markets deepened and support the projects being done by President Al-Sisi's administration. The cabinet of President Al-Sisi, however, has given okay for the new minimum wage, which used to be only for the public sector, and has been also expanded to include the private sector as well, and that will be some good news. And EFG Herms says he's planning a public offering before the end of the first half of the year for Abu Auf. A Moroccan treasury has placed 15.8 billion dirhams of surpluses in one day. That's a whole lot of news coming through from last week. While Tunisia's central bank is now a member of the Inter-Arab payment platform known as Buna. Tunisia today will start a virtual staff meeting with the International Monetary Fund from Washington. It's going to be the first in the new year in which President Said's administration is looking to warm up more to the IMF so as to get extended facility and support the North African economy to move forward. It's going to be the first major move by Tunisia and IMF to keep relationship going after some political upsets that came to President Said's administration over the course of 2020 and 2021. And that's about it for this edition of Frontier Opening Bell. I am Boason Omofaye. Have a great week ahead. You can watch this show again on our YouTube at Frontier Africa Reports. And you can go on our website, frontierafricareports.com, read up our stories, watch our videos. You can follow us, some of our live stream. Also on social media, LinkedIn, on Twitter, on Facebook, and Instagram as well. Have a great day, everyone. Bye for now, and I'll see you next time.